So this table was, I was about to leave this table. There's no reason to be here. This guy's clearly the worst player at the table, but he's 22-5, 23-5. There's not a huge amount of value in him. Got 3-4 regulars and this parody character and wasn't sure about, but basically the table wasn't that good. It was Friday night, there's plenty of other decent tables, so I was about to leave. That doesn't mean that's why I'm raising my hand. And it's always worth mentioning that the table was breaking. It might be relevant, it might not be. So I've got the 10-9 suited under the gun, which typically wouldn't be an open for me. Well, we do have some tight plays behind. There's no one 3-betting excessively at the table, apart from Parody, who may be, but sample size is so small it's completely irrelevant. So I wasn't too concerned. It's not like it's a 6-max table when I feel I'm going to get 3-bet a lot. We just won off what would be under the gun in 6-max. So I mean, yeah, it's not a standard open, but I think it's fine. And then we pick up 2 callers. We get a call from a decent regular and this guy who is CDN grind who I know nothing about really, just all we've got is his stats. Looks very like loose, especially like weak, tight passive-ish. So we get a pretty decent flop for our hand. If we're going to miss with his hand, this is a way to miss it, I guess. We've got some decent equity. And I misclicked on my C-bet. I was playing, I think, 5 other tables, and I wanted to see bet $3.50 here, but I was like, I thought I made the bet and I hadn't made the bet, and then the time around was nearly timing out, so I ended up betting $2, which I didn't want to bet. I did want to bet $3.50. That's way too small, I feel. But like I said, the time was running out, and I thought I'd done it with 888. It's been pretty shitty and buggy lately. I thought I'd made the bet, hadn't made the bet, panicked, and then just like put a bet in, which was $2, which isn't good enough. It's not big enough. Then we get floated, which I don't mind very much. I mean, it's probably saved me a little bit on my C-bet. If he's going to call 2, he probably would have called 350 as well. So it saved me a little bit anyway. But also, crucially, because of misclick, not because of misclick, but because I've made an undersized bet, I do think maybe encouraging to float with some weaker hands than maybe would have got if I'd have, say, bet $4.50, for example, which I probably would never do. But I think because I bet smaller, it maybe does encourage just some slightly weaker floats and some slightly weaker calls. So I think we need to bear that in mind when we come to our options on the turn. The turn is just a complete brick. And at this point, I kind of thought to myself, well, I don't just want to give up in the hand. But at the same time, it's not a good card in terms of how much fold equity you pick up. We still have like a reasonable amount of pot equity with our flush draw and our gut shot, so we're far from drawing dead in the hand. I was thinking to myself, if I double barrel here, what's the options? Do we just double barrel smallish, like maybe $5.50, $5, something like that? Do we unleash a howitzer and just make it like $8 or $9, or do we consider checking and then maybe sometimes calling a bet, maybe sometimes raising if we think his bet looks weak? What's your play on the turn here? Bearing in mind that we know our flop bet was too small, so therefore his range could be just that little bit weaker than usual because of our unusually small flop bet that we bet less than 40% pot. So yeah, I think we've got some options here that we can barrel half pot or around half pot, around $5 that we can bomb it and barrel like $8, something like that, maybe more, maybe even consider over betting. Or I think we can just check and then check something depending on what we think this player like. This player might very well give us a free card. We could very easily get a free card from this player here if he has made a loose float with a hand like 2 8s or who knows, a weak queen, that type of thing. He might not check back a king. He might always bet a king, but there's not that much I think he's going to be betting given that he looks passive. So what's your play? Do we half pot it? Are you bombing it, or are you checking to call? Are you checking to raise, maybe? Maybe we could check raise here because our line would look particularly weak, so it could encourage some stabs or some loose floats that have to fold should we raise. So good raising, there's a good raising being option. So there we go. Make your move, guys. What are you going to do on this board texture on the way the hand's played out? Bear in mind that the flop C bet was too small, which I think definitely has some kind of effect on the hand. So there you go. Let me know what you think by the usual places, via Facebook, Twitter, Reddit. They're the 3 places to get most of the responses from. I hope you enjoy the hand. There'll be another one coming soon next week. And for now, just let me know whatever medium through YouTube. Let me know what you would do and why you would do it. Thanks for now. I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.